ends up happening is that you get beat out. You literally get beat out for being found on Google and Bing and Yahoo, because these smaller businesses are more nimble. They're more agile. They can actually go and get the links that are necessary organically, you know, from local businesses, because they're paying attention to this stuff. And a lot of times the local businesses, these franchise locations, just think that the marketing department's just taking care of this stuff. And so there's like one person's not talking to the other. And so there's not a responsibility allocation of who's really responsible for doing this. So one person thinks the other one's doing it, and the other person thinks the other one's doing it. And this is what I've seen. And so what ends up happening is that you absolutely just fail. You will absolutely fail in terms of showing up on Google My Business. For example, when somebody types in property management company Bradenton, or property manager Bradenton, or property management, those are the keywords that we see. The number one keyword for property managers is property management and then the city. And that's it. That's what generates literally like 50 to 70% of the searches on Google. And if you're not showing up on the maps with a good reputation as well, then you're just not going to get selected. I mean, you're not going to get, you're just not, your phone's not going to ring. You're not going to get clicked on. The person's not going to go to your website, and you're not going to get a, 50 to 100% increase in inbound phone calls like Martina Berry's experienced, who's one of our customers. And, she just experienced almost 100% increase in the number, from Professionals Albany, because we did these things. Or Rockingham, actually. Yeah. I get those two confused a lot, because and all of our customers that do this is what they see. They see a 50 to 100% increase in being found on Google, and then also phone calls coming into the business. So yeah, go ahead, Crystal. So what's the first step in doing this? What's the answer?
So the first step, like I had said, is to where we see individuals that put the address on the Contact Us page from their main website. So, I can understand how an individual can get overwhelmed. Like, I have multiple locations. Why do I have to have 2 websites? And really, there's a way around it to where you can still manage it from your one main website instead of having to create 2, so that you rank accordingly. I just want to make sure.
So what you're saying is you can have one website and have a location page for each of those locations. And what happens is that you still increase the likelihood, and you still have as good of a chance, is what you're saying is that person will still have as good of a chance of ranking, like I mentioned before, on Google My Business, so that they can get found, and so that they can get the number of inbound phone calls. And so all they would do is they would get linked to this page, to these location pages, and instead of to the second website, is really what it comes down to, and do all the things that we've,
Yeah. Thank you, Ryan. I was trying to paint the picture, but didn't want to show an example and call someone out. Anyways, so here on what our example is showing you on this website is they've got, if you look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4 locations. So rather than listing all 4 locations on this one Contact Us page, it's branching out to a separate link for each location. So you've got your corporate office, and also Google loves it when you add the map like this to your page. So anyways, once you click on this here, it sends you to a separate page that is specific to this location and only this location.
Yeah.
So,
that's awesome.
So here, I mean,
and not only is it specific to that location, but it's also got content on that page that is specific to that location as well. So I would like to see, for example, this video talking like with the title of the video being Property Management Bradenton, Florida. Yeah. Okay. So in other words, there's a separate video for each location, and not just one video that's generic that he's going to just copy and paste and put on each one of these landing pages for each of these locations, because the more specific, the better, not only for people that go to these pages, but also for Google. When Google sees that, it'll say, oh yeah, this is the property management page for Bradenton, Florida for this company, and it will reward you for that. Yeah, absolutely.
I agree, Ryan, definitely, especially with some of the things that we've been teaching as far as keyword optimizing. So you're missing out on views, which turn into website clicks, which become phone calls, and then, you know, you convert. And so,
well, but here's the thing. It's not only views. Okay, so let's just point this out. It's not only views on Google. It's views. What you're talking about is views on YouTube. Okay, it's very important for you guys to get that. Okay,
thank you,
so
Ryan.
that's a very important distinction. So what Crystal's saying, it's a really good point, is right now we're talking about you showing up on Google, but what Crystal's talking about is the fact that you actually get a double benefit, because if you create a video specifically for the keyword property management in each one of these cities, that each one of those videos will have a chance of showing up in the YouTube search results separately for each one of those separate locations, as well as this page on Google will show up as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And then, you know, another thing that I liked on this page that they did throughout the page was they also made sure to keep the consistency of the keyword in the content, which, you know, property management, and then the city and the state, so that you can clearly define what this page is doing.
Yes. You can absolutely clearly define. But here's the thing. I mean, that copy, the text, needs to be specific to dealing with property management services in Bradenton, as opposed to property management services in any other city. So the content needs to be unique. The video needs to be unique for that page. Everything on that page that you can possibly make unique for what you do in Bradenton needs to be on that page and be separate, so that not only for the viewer, but also for Google. Google will see that this is a separate page for a separate location. And that's the reason why you want to connect this page, for example, to your Google My Business page. Now, I don't even know if he's done this. This is really, really important that you understand that, guys, is that what you do, because, you know, you actually connect a unique URL to each one of your Google My Business pages, and you get a page for each location that your business is located in. And I'm curious to see if he's actually done that, if he's actually connected. Okay, yeah, there's us.
Well,
yep, and we've got
the website that the link that you're referring to and where it's coming from. So that's why I typed this in real quick. Ooh, I think I'm gonna sneeze.
Yeah. So, oh, bless you. So let's go to his. Let's just see if he's done one for each one of the locations. Let's see if he's connected. For example, property management. Let's look for a Gulf Coast in Bradenton. Let's look for Gulf Coast property management in Bradenton, Florida. So the search would be Gulf Coast property management, Bradenton, Florida, and let's see if that Google, if he's even got a physical Google, if he's got a Google My Business page.
Yep.
Okay, so he does. Okay, now let's go to the website and let's see where that takes us. Does it take us to his landing page?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does. He's done it. He's done that correctly. Now let's see, is that his corporate location or is that his Bradenton location?
This is the Bradenton location.
Bradenton.
For some reason I cannot scroll up anymore.
Okay, so let's see. So what I'd like to see is he doing this for his other locations? If he is, this is exactly what we're looking for. This is what you want to do, is you want to have a separate, Lakewood Ranch. So let's see, if he's got, which I'll bet he does, but this is what you want to do, is you want to connect. Okay. And that looks different.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 108. Yep. And then let's click on it. And that's, it looks like a separate Google My Business page that's linked to his Lakewood Ranch page on his website. Done very, very well. This is, I can't tell you how often I don't see this. Like, this is why we use this as an example. And so it's very important that you do. Now, the next step is for each of these locations, because each of these pages is like they are a separate business. Mm-hmm. And so they need to be treated as such. And like we've talked about in terms of getting links, you want to get links to these pages, just like we suggested that you would do for a main website that's associated with just one location. Okay. So you want to get local links from Lakewood Ranch businesses, and there's strategies that we've talked about. We did a video on that about how to get those type of links. Okay. There's ways to do that. Okay. And so so let's say you create a blog post, or let's say you create, a blog post for somebody. Well, what you want to do is you might want to reference, maybe even on this page right here, you might want to reference some of the businesses that you use in that location, Yeah. And so what you would do is you would let those businesses know and say, hey, we're referencing you on our Bradenton landing page. Would you mind putting a link to it on your website? It'd be great. And if you get links like that, that's awesome. Also for charities or for any sponsorship opportunities in Lakewood or Bradenton, if you do that in their local, like the local baseball team or softball team or little league team, mm-hmm. you would want to have that particular link go back to this page if it's a Lakewood Ranch charity. Okay. And that way you would get a significant bump or boost in the rankings for that particular location. Not only for this particular page showing up in the search results organically below the Google My Business, the maps, but also what will happen is that link juice passes through to the Google My Business page. And as a result, your Google My Business page will also rank higher as well on the maps for more keywords. That is huge. Okay. That's really, really big. That if you do that, you're going to get much better results. You're going to get just huge results, and you're going to just crush it. If you just do these little things. So anything else, Crystal?
No, I think this is plenty. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you guys, man, connect with us, go to our website. Definitely go to accelerateyourmarketing.com, and start a conversation with us. If you're a property management company, if you're not, we do focus on, with property managers. That's one of our main niches, obviously. We also do serve some other niches as well. So start a conversation with us. There's a little chat button at the bottom right of the page there. We'd love to talk to you. We will, I get notified immediately when you start a chat from our website. And we've got plenty of really great content to send you. And it's all started with a conversation with us. That's how we give out our content, is by you chatting with us. And, if you can always opt out, and, if you want to schedule a time to meet with us, it's all done through chat. So we'd love to talk to you and start, helping you do these things and implement these strategies. You can either do it yourself or, keep it simple, and you do what you do best, and we'll do what we do best.
Yep. All right. Well, create a great rest of your day, everyone. Bye.
Thanks.